Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And just exhale tension. And as you close your eyes, just feel a deeper level of relaxation. That's it. Breathing in that resourceful feeling of relaxation and just allowing any feelings of worry, stress or tension to slowly leave your body in your outward breath. I want you to notice where any tension feels like it exists for you. That could be your eyelids, eyebrows, around your eyes, forehead, jaw. And as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of relaxation, give permission to just let go. And as you let go, notice that tension starts to melt away. And you're starting to feel more and more comfortable, more and more calm, more and more relaxed. I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine an old-fashioned library, a study, full of old, thick, leather-bound books. I want you to imagine there's a fireplace. And I want you to imagine there is a very comfortable armchair. I want you to imagine that you're walking around the bookcase until you find a book that resonates with you. A thick book. And there, on the spine of the book, it simply says, The Hero's Journey. I want you to imagine picking up this thick, heavy book, taking it to the armchair in front of that fireplace, and then flicking through the pages. I want you to imagine the story starts with an ordinary man living in an ordinary life. From the outside, it looks like this man is living a happy life. Comfortable, calm, a family man, living a good life. Except this lead character isn't quite happy, isn't quite fulfilled in this life. There's a deep yearning, a desire for something to happen, to take this life in a different direction. Sometimes when you read, you don't even notice that you're turning the pages, and just imagine that this man, this character, meets someone attractive, younger, with a joy, a passion, a spirit of fun. And it brings something out of this man, awakens within him an element of desire, happiness, excitement. It almost takes his life that was predictable in a brand new direction, an adventure, a mission, something unexpected that created a ripple effect. I want you to imagine that decisions are made and this man decides, why have this mundane, ordinary life that is unfulfilling when there's this exciting adventure to be had? And I want you to see this character is there in a pub having a conversation with this new woman. And something is said that is like an arrow piercing the heart. It creates confusion, doubt, insecurity, a belief system that shakes this character to the very core. I want you to see that this character really tries to make things work, tries to get over what was said, what was done. But the doubt is still there. The niggling thoughts keep coming back. In fact, the more this character tries to ignore the thoughts, the more prevalent they become. You can see in this character there is a feeling of unworthiness, dissatisfaction, insecurity. I want you to get a sense that this character, as a result of what was said and what happened, believes that this new adventure is doomed, poisoned, not viable. But you admire the ethic, the fighting spirit, the determination of this character to keep on trying to find a way of making it work. But deep down you see that this character has an insecurity that they haven't accepted. And because of that, they're looking outwards to society, to the world, to other people, to memories, to validate that that way of thinking is somehow true or real. But they're looking in the wrong place. And I want you to imagine this character starts a new chapter, as many characters find themselves alone and in the wilderness. And this is a necessary part of the hero's journey, because this is where they look inwards. This is where they reflect and dig deep. This is where they realize that all along it is they that needs to change. And I want you to see this character realizing exactly what it is that needs to change. And at the point where you realize that the character realizes what needs to change, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to step into the body of that character so you feel like the hero lost in the wilderness. And what's necessary is a personal transformation, an evolution that comes from a decision based on an evaluation, based on a life uniquely experienced by this individual. This character is at a crossroads. There are two futures. The future that they carry on without any transformation, any evolution, and you know what that future looks like. And although it's safe because it's certain, it's also deeply unfulfilling. There is no excitement and adventure down that path. there is the tough evolution, a form of self-acceptance that creates wonderful new possibilities. And if you're ready to accept what needs to be accepted, to evolve in the area that needs to evolve, to create a powerful transformation where you step into a new version of you, a version of you that can't be hurt because you've already accepted your insecurity. You are immune to the judgment, the sniggers, the opinions of other people, because when you own it, it can't be used against you. And when you're ready to step into that version of you, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to imagine that there is something separating you from that future, and that is a full-length mirror. And I want you to see yourself as you are, vulnerable. I want you to look at yourself from head to toe and not just accept yourself, but like and love yourself. You can like what you like, but you can like everything that is part of you because it is you. You can own it, take pride in it, and at the point where you can see yourself in the mirror, seeing yourself looking back, confidently smile, and just say, perhaps in your own mind or out loud, "This is me." You accept it, you own it, you love it. And when you're ready to do that, let me know by nodding your head. Step through the mirror, owning every bit about you. And this is you now. This is the new chapter of your own journey. The chapter that follows is known as the test. Every action hero faces their nemesis. How can you make an evolution or a transformation if it isn't tested? I want you to imagine at some point in the future, again, you're seeing yourself like you're someone else. And I want you to imagine your biggest vulnerability, your biggest insecurity is being tested. Like Harry Potter versus Voldemort, Frodo versus Saruman. I want you to get a sense that this is you against your biggest fear. But it's not the same you anymore. It's a version of you that has fully accepted who you are, and you are immune to the same vulnerabilities of the past. I want you to see yourself being challenged in a unique way more intense than ever before. And notice that you hold your nerve. There is a different version of you that responds to this situation in a uniquely positive and different way. And if you can see yourself facing your biggest insecurity, your biggest challenge, and relishing, almost enjoying reaching this biggest challenge, just let me know by nodding your head. And notice that it doesn't even matter what happens. Victory comes from self-acceptance. It almost doesn't matter What anyone else says or does, it's immaterial to you. The evolution of you is the whole point. And when you see an evolved, secure, confident version of you, willing to face any challenge, any insecurity, let me know by nodding your head. And then see the final chapter, the payoff, the good things that come from the journey that you've been on, the mundane, predictable life, the sudden, serendipitous change of events, the walk in the wilderness, the personal evolution, the challenge, and then finally, the fruits of your labor, the benefit of your transformation, the payoff. And when you can see that version of you that can take all the wisdom, all the gratitude from the past, grateful that this journey enabled a personal transformation that gave you a wonderful future that wouldn't have been possible without the journey. And when you can see that payoff, you living life in the way that you've always wanted, realizing that everything along the journey was necessary to reach the payoff, just let me know by nodding your head. That's it. Step into that version of you, the version of you that accepts, but also benefits from the adventure that you've been on. Enjoying the payoff of a hero's journey. And then imagine you're back in the armchair, closing a book that's come to the end, realizing that you are partway through your hero's journey. Sometimes you watch a good movie and it's so good, you almost wish you hadn't seen it so you can enjoy it again. Or there's a book that's so good that when you finish it, you want to read it again, just to see what you missed the first time. I want you to get a sense that this is a book where you create your own adventure. The choices, the decisions are for you and you alone. Life will test, challenge, gauge just how much of that evolution you've gone through. But be rest assured, the point of evolution will give you the challenges. And when you overcome the challenges, the payoff is not far away. Take all these ideas, strategies, new ways of thinking, but also the acceptance and personal transformation with you, returning to the present. As you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. As I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling resourceful, optimistic, feeling that one chapter has ended and a new chapter has just begun. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.